Hello. Let's go ahead and start our activity. What we're going to do is basically simulate a failure, and we'll initially create a table, insert some data in a table, take it back up, insert some more data in a table, take an archive log backup, and then simulate the failure happening at the database level by deleting the storage allocation, deleting some files, deleting everything. Then coming back and running a point in time recovery where we're going to recover the database to contain all the data that happened before the crash, basically. Uh, the crash occurred here, and we're going to simulate all that in our activity today. Let's jump right in. Let's start our VM. Start. Let's connect and get the IP address from there. I rather connect from another tool. So I will use mobile extern, start a session. Oh, can't see the IP from this. And go maybe here. Okay, SSH there. The IP address on this machine is 192. Okay, so let's connect there. Let me minimize the screen so you guys can see everything. This is better. Minimize this down. Okay. Bring this down. Beautiful. Let's just set an environment variable. We'll go ahead and export the Oracle home to be app Oracle bin. Let's check if there's any entry in our tab file. There is for a database called SpaceX in this Oracle home, and another database called Plane in this specific Oracle home. So let's go ahead and set our environment for Plane database and connect to it. It looks like the database was not started from what I've seen. Let's go ahead and start up the Plane database. Okay, now that we have the database started, let's select the name. Let's check if this database is in archive mode. Oh, I forgot the column. Okay, ARCHIVELOG is enabled, and the database open in read-write mode. Now let's go ahead and insert some. Let's create a table. Let's create a table. You know what? Let's have a script that I put together. That'll make it faster for us. Ooh. Create table. Paste. Table created. Now that we've created our table, let's go forward and tick here. We've created our table. Let's insert some data in the table. So let's insert into paste it here. 3 records inserted. Let's go ahead and check the count on those objects. Let's see here. So we have our 3 records inserted. So now let's check the time, database time, because I feel like this can be useful. Okay, that's the time at which we are now. Let's go ahead and back up our database. I wanted to use the backup incremental, but I feel like backup database should do it. Let's just back up the database. Backup completed. Now let's go ahead and back up the current control file. Now let's back up the archive logs. Actually, nope. We took a backup of the database. We noted the time. We've took it back up to control file. That was just optional. Let's insert some more data. Let's do insert into CTEC order. So if I exit, and go ahead and I insert 2 more records. Insert into table 440 500. Okay, good. Now select count. I'm pretty sure we'll have probably 5 records now. So CTEC underscore order. Now we have 5 records since we inserted 3. records earlier, and now we've inserted 2 more. Okay, with these 5 records, we should be able to have enough data so we can mess with the database and show how we can recover those data in an instance of failure. Right? So let's go ahead now and connect to RMAN Recovery Manager and run the ARCHIVELOG backup for all the changes to be saved. Since the last taken backup, right? So now that we have our change saved in this backup piece, let's go ahead and simulate our failure, right? So we can still do exit, and let's make sure we have a pfile. Just create backup of the parameter file, right? Now let's go ahead and create let's delete some files now, right? Since we know what we're doing, how about we delete some files manually as if we were causing an outage in a company. CD up plane. Let's get in data file location, and we'll manually delete this file, and the database will no longer work. Remove this. Let's just remove everything. Someone accidentally delete everything. Remove star. Right? And then no more data files, which means database no longer available. So now let's connect to the database. We can SSH using a different terminal. I don't mind, because we just SSH to this server. Okay, now that we're there, let's export our environment variable, because that's the most important. Export the path, export the Oracle underscore home to be set to this specific value. So our environment, it's set for executable to actually work, otherwise they're not going to work, right? So let's set the database that we need to connect to be plain for us this time. Now that we connect, this thing is not open. Okay, select name from pfile database. and check the open mode. What is it? I knew it. Oracle is not available because we have corruption. We've crashed our instance by deleting the operating system data files that were available. Now, since we know we have an existing backup of these databases located in the flash recovery area, let's go ahead and recover our database because right now Oracle is not available here. Let's shut down, abort. Okay. I get it. Let me check if there's an instance running. There's no instance of Oracle running. So now we can go ahead and restore and recover our databases to before failure, right? So to recover database, okay, so do run run space and come on, run space enter. We do startup mount, and then we do come on. Startup mount, then we do restore database, and we will do recover database, and we will close, and we will run it. Okay, and then now we will do alter database open. Oh, come on, clear that. Alter database open. Alright, I like that better. Now let's exit and check the database status. Now it should be open and running. I hate when this computer does this. Now we can see the database open in read-write mode and it's in ARCHIVELOG enable. Let's go ahead and check our table count. Alright, we select star from the table. We successfully recovered and restored and recovered our database with the data before the crash, right? So if we do select count from our table, we should be able to have the 5 records we had before we inserted before the crash. Oh, they're right here. That's when I removed them. This is the crash simulation, and these were the 5 records that were inserted. These same 5 records we have now. These will conclude our scenario. And conclude our activity. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye now.